Before I arrived in Detroit, my mind was filled with images shaped by I had really heard a city defined by abandoned factories with a little hope for the future. It really fits my imagination because now I'm in an abandoned factories area. I wanted to go in and shoot some videos, but I found that they were locked up.
I drove to downtown Detroit next. It felt unusually quiet, with hardly any people walking around. There were plenty of tall buildings, but all the windows were shuttered. The empty streets gave off a sense of loneliness. Occasionally, a few cars would pass by, adding to the strange mix of silence and desolation. The whole scene gave me a weird feeling. It might be a weekend, but you'd still expect the heart of any city to be bustling with businesses. Downtown Detroit, though, is hard to understand. It's probably the closest thing to a ghost town I've ever seen in the big city center in the US. I'm heading to a famous landmark, the Fisher Theater. It's a historical theater built in 1928, often hosting Broadway tours. I'm not sure if it's under renovation or what, but it looked so deserted that I didn't even stop the car, just drove on. Later, I reached the residential area hoping to interview a few people, but most of the residents here weren't too willing to talk.
Can I ask you a few?
I'm not interested.
Okay. Maybe I can ask you some questions.
Oh, sorry, I don't want to be an adult.
Okay. Can I ask you one question?
I'm working.
Oh yeah, sure.
We're coming back to where we used to be. Detroit is on its way back.
So then I headed over to another abandoned factory, hoping to get lucky and maybe film some footage inside. But from a distance, I could already see a police car parked by the road, and of course, the whole place was fenced off. Detroit City layout is really different from other cities. Right next to downtown, there are huge industrial areas, and they look just as run down. Right by downtown, though, is this 125-year-old market called Eastern Market. When I got there, it felt like I'd entered a whole new world. Turns out this is where all the locals hang out. It's now an area full of food stores and DJs. Nearby are some farmers' markets with super fresh produce at really low prices, especially the blueberries. They were practically giving them away, only $1 a box. I ended up buying 5 boxes.
What's the people from other city? They misunderstand Detroit city.
Oh, that it's real violent. It's not that violent, no. It's okay, yeah.
Misunderstand about the city.
The crime. The bad part about, there's really nothing bad about Detroit. Every city has a bad area, but Detroit, for the most part, is like this, even in the neighborhoods.
Yeah, it's been good. I've been overall pleased with living here. I also moved from out of state, so I'm relatively new.
So which cities are you from?
I originally grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, and I've lived in the South for several years.
I was born here. Yeah, I love Detroit. I would never leave Detroit.
I've never had any problems, no, yeah.
It's safe to be down
Is it
here.
safe now?
Yeah, it's made a big turnaround.
We got
For the
people-
better.
We got people from all over the world here. My mother wasn't born in this country. My mother was born in England, and there's people from all kinds of countries, China and Germany, everywhere. That's what's good about it. Everybody can come here if they want to.
Well, I think because of the diversity of Detroit, it's so many different cultures in the city of Detroit and the surrounding areas that it's just we all get along. And when you see on TV that we're not getting along, that just makes me angry because I know better. They never show the nice things about Detroit.
I don't want to say it's perfect, but yeah, it's. I can't think of anything bad
It's
to
a good
say.
city that we live to, that we come down here quite often
come down here all the
to
time.
concerts, to
We live about
sporting
20
events, to...
But we come down here all the time, yeah. Right here, this is the Eastern Market. They have sell produce and flowers. Is it every weekend?
But since the draft, seems like everybody's starting to realize that Detroit is not all that bad. Like I said, I've been here all my life, yeah. I've seen the ups and the downs, but we usually just come out of it.
Just to build transmission for cars. I'm retired now,
Yeah.
so they've been really good to me. I worked in the automobile factory for 30 years. I'm retired now, and I get a pension. So I get paid every month. I really can't say nothing bad about here, since I've lived here my whole life and it's been good to me.
I kept driving around and found another spot packed with people. Turns out Detroit had closed off an entire street for an event. Half the street was filled with rides and activities for kids, with food stalls everywhere. It was mostly families with kids enjoying the fun. Then the weather changed as you moved further down the street. There were cops guarding the middle, and the other half was for adults. They had set up stages at both ends for live music. And there were even more food and drink options. People selling groceries, tickets, and beer. But right in the middle, where the cops were, there was a sign that said you had to finish your beer. On this side, you couldn't bring it over to the kids' side of the street.
Are you gonna show my face?
If it's okay,
No.
I can put it very far.
Yeah.
Very, very far.
Okay. Been here since 2003. I'm from Iraq. Well, this is not the first city. I lived everywhere, but the most city that I love is Detroit. I chose here because there's a lot of Arabic community and it's beautiful weather. You know, it's cold and hot in the same time.
I feel like Detroit is one of the greatest cities ever. The culture, the spirit, yeah, it's resilient. I love it here.
So how do you think of the future of the city? Because some people say because of the industry is fall down, so...
No, it's on the uprise. I'm a realtor. You know, the market is rising. People are being able to afford housing, and yeah, it's on the uprise.
So how many years are you living here?
All my life.
Misunderstand about Detroit.
I think they should come here and visit Detroit. It's a beautiful city. There's a lot of knowledge and there's a lot of education people here and there's a lot of job opportunity and it's a beautiful city and at the same time it's very mind peace. It's safe, but it depends on people who the people you go with. Yes, it's very safe area if you go with the safe people, but if very bad area if you go with the bad people. As every city has a problem, but it depends what area do you go and how you treat people and how people treat you.
I think the most spectacular thing right now is not very many years ago, downtown Detroit was a ghost town, and with the advent of a couple different mayors that came in, they've brought in some good finances, and they've built the city up tremendously, such as the park in which we're in right now. Is a part of a new thing that Detroit is doing all over. So all of downtown Detroit now has become a place for growth. Young folks, newly in business, still getting an education. There's a lot of opportunity for them to move here and enjoy a really nice living environment. There's jobs are opening up. So it's a growing city, even though it's old as the country itself, but it's still continually growing, especially in recent years.
Respect to Detroit.
From you?
It's a down city shit, sleep type shit.
How about you, lady?
Our environment since 1910 has changed in our health, in our jobs. We're looking for more factory jobs. That's about it.
Okay, thank you. Have a nice day. I'm shooting video. Can I ask you anything about Detroit from your perspective? Just minutes enough, I guess.
Oh, I'd rather not. I'm shy.
You're shy. So
Yeah.
Put the camera far. Do you need help for you guys together? Yeah. If you need.
Sure, thank you.
You're welcome. I would say 1, 2, 3.
Okay, thank you.
1, 2, 3.
Thank
good?
you. Yeah. All right.
Yeah. And actually, I'm shooting a video about Detroit.
Okay.
Can you tell me anything about Detroit from your perspective?
Oh, would you want to? I don't want to.
Oh, my, okay.
We're visiting.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm just visiting.
Yeah.
Detroit is like a world full of mysteries and stuff, and everything happens in everyday life, and it's really fun.
Bye-bye. Have a nice day.
So Detroit overall, I think, is certainly the land of opportunity for no matter what you might want to do, from a professional to labor. A lot of opportunity here.
Now the city's people,
Yes.
they always think here the crime is very high and the poverty is something.
Oh,
so
yes.
I want to ask you.
Yes. Well, I feel perfectly safe down here. I live in a little condo a few blocks from here, and I've never been bothered by anybody. I go out and about all by myself, and I'm an older single woman.
Well, crime is high any place you go. It depends on how you look at it. You know, environment creates crime. If you go into an area which there's low income, people are going to survive one way or another. Income here is normal. If you're a professional, there's a lot of room for professionals. For middle class, there's a lot of beautiful areas around the city. I don't believe that the crime rate is any worse than any place else.
You never have experience of
No.
Oh, good.
I've have not experienced any crime here. I appreciate you stopping by. I enjoyed telling you what I feel about Detroit.
Just last week, my son and I had visitors from Spain. They're relatives, and they'd never been here before. They just were so impressed with the city. They had been to New York, and then they came to Detroit, and they liked Detroit better. And if you don't mind me asking, where are you from?
I'm Chinese.
Chinese?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm from Los Angeles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And how do you like Detroit?
It's very nice.
Yeah.
Because that's why I want to shooting a video, because it's totally different with what I'm imagining.
Oh, it is different. Okay, and this is just an audio. Oh, are you actually filming me?
It's okay or not? I'm shooting video. I told you before.
I didn't put my lipstick.
Oh, sorry.
No.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
Yeah.
Beautiful place. Nice diversity. Got a lot of different foods. You got Canada right next door to us.
Yeah.
So I would recommend Detroit to anybody. One of the best cities, one of the best up and coming cities as well.
I haven't really came down here because I thought it was dangerous for quite some years. But I see they're cleaning it up, so I'm trying to give it a chance. That's why I'm down here early.
Okay.
Yeah.
So everything goes good now.
So far, it's good. Yeah.
Okay, thank you. And
You're welcome.
lady, do you have anything you want to talk?
I don't live here anymore, but I do miss Detroit. I live in Indiana now. I've got family here, so.
I mean, it's cool. I've been here since I grew up here. I was born and raised in Detroit, so. But where we at now to where it was, I enjoy it.
My dad was a General Motors man, and we grew up in the Motor City, and here I am still. I don't know whether I'm whether I'm stuck or I enjoy it.
No English. Okay.
Especially, that reputation of it being sort of
it's very bad.
Bad. 15 years ago, the city had been, we went through bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And things where the buildings were all, the lack of industry and just abandonment, from the 50s and the 60s and all of that. But since the bankruptcy and whenever that was, 2013, city's come back in many ways. Of course, it's still not so great in all the neighborhoods, but Detroit's such a huge city.
Yes, it's a huge
140 square miles.
Yes,
so there's much of it that is kind of empty. Yeah. But downtown has really come back in a nice way, and this Riverwalk and
girls again.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's very nice.
Lady.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Yes, you're welcome.
Great workout.
Enjoy the rest of your stay here. Bye-bye.
After exploring Detroit, I've come to realize that the city is actually pretty amazing. It's not like what you often hear online. Sure, it has its challenges, but there is so much life, culture, and resilience here. Detroit is more than just its past. It's a city full of hope and potential for the future.